Hi, I'm Eddie Hazzard, and we're going to have a discussion today with Chenda. But as you know, it's Ladies Month in the month of March, and we're going to be talking about that on the show later on. But I want to talk to Chenda because she has a wonderful story about how her travels from Cambodia and how she has a foundation and an organization that she's going to familiarize us. And I want you to kick back and listen, ladies and gentlemen. So here she is, Chenda. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you said it correctly.
Let's
Thank
say your
you.
full name.
Chenda Chhi.
Chenda Chhi, okay.
Yes, and I'm with Coral Tree Education.
Okay, now
Foundation.
break it down to us about your organization and
Okay.
inform the people here.
So we educate poor children in Cambodia in a remote village.
But one remote village or all over?
One. We just started. We're about 3 years old, but we actually finished the school just last year. We built a school for 300 children.
Whoa.
It's an elementary school, and we help support the existing curriculums, which is government Cambodian government curriculums, and we add computer labs and
My goodness.
and English programs, and we also educate our kids about social awareness.
Very good.
Meaning we teach them to give back early on, because
Very good.
we can't just go and give them the fish.
Sure, sure.
You have to kind of create an environment to promote critical thinking and teaching them English and socials and environmental awareness.
What grade is the school?
They are grade 1 to 6. And the school was in very broken down condition when we found it. It was in that condition for 15 years.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because it's located in a village that nobody really go to unless you live there.
What's the name of the village?
The village is called Preksnau Village. It's in the province, Battambang province. It happened to be where I came from.
Really?
Yeah, I came from 30 minutes away from that village. And I came from Cambodia as a refugee in 1979 after the Khmer Rouge.
Oh, yeah, that
You've
was
heard of the
pretty bad.
genocide,
Oh, of course.
Pol Pot.
Of course.
You heard of the Killing Fields
Of course, there's a movie.
Did you see the
Of course,
movie?
I did. I
Oh,
did.
yeah, that
Well,
was
when it was going on, I knew what was happening as it was
yeah.
going on.
So I was 14 years old when that happened.
Oh,
And I
yikes.
got out when I was 18.
Yikes. Yikes. What made you start the...
Well, I started out as a donor, a supporter to other NGOs, non-government organizations that help Cambodia, and that started, in around 2005. And since then, the organizations that I supported, they prosper, and the directors are retired. One, actually, a dear friend of mine, Bernard Krischer, just passed away last week. He was a person who started building schools with the funding support from World Bank, and I was one of the donors. I donated a school in memory of my brother. I have a younger brother who were missing.
Wow.
Who's been missing with my father in '78. So I donated the school, and it kind of started that whole journey.
So you were just sitting one day and you go, I want to start a school.
No, it didn't work.
Is that how it happened?
Well, everybody who came from another country know this story. When you're an immigrant, as soon as you get out, you send money to help
For sure.
the people
Sure.
back home
The family.
in any way that you can.
Sure.
So I, like all the millions of Cambodians who've been out, it's been supporting the family back
Very
home.
good.
And
Very good.
it started out with my aunt, she's actually one of my heroes. She went back and she came back to me and she said, I've started building this school in this remote village. I had the young men go out and cut the woods and make the walls and everything. I need more money to put the roof on this building. And I said, how much money do you need to put the roof on? And how many rooms is this school? And it was so little. She's like, well, you can give me $300. I said, $300 for a roof for one room? Why don't I give you all for 5-room roof? It was just to us, by California standards, it just seems so little money.
Yeah.
And that kind of started me thinking. I said, I've always have the mourning. I was always mourning the loss of my father and my youngest brother, especially. He was so young, and he was a school age. He was 13 when he was missing. So I thought, well, what if I build my own school? It takes so little. And I start searching. I talked to my family attorney. I said, what if I start an organization or something? And he said, you know how hard it is to have an organization?
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying.
Why don't you go search and somebody else who's already started the work and just support them? And that's how it started. And then at this age, my time now, I'm retired, my boys are all grown, so I was more, I'm ready emotionally and, socially and career-wise, I had found success, and I'm in a good space to do this. And I had the support of friends. Whoever I mentioned to said, you should do it, and then we'll help you.
Now,
that's how it started.
Now, have you had any pushback from the town mayor or any of the city council at all?
No, not at all. When I was the donor, I've already had gold medal from the government of Cambodia.
How'd you get a gold medal?
For donating a learning center and to a dormitory for women, very first dormitory for women through another organization. And I guess, it takes money to get the gold medal.
Money talks, money talks.
I wasn't doing it to get the gold medal, but it was a recognition. The director of the foundation said, this woman did a lot, and submit my name. And I got the audience from the King of Cambodia.
Look out.
So I got the recognitions for it. So there's no pushback at all. When we started Coral Tree Education Foundation, we established it here.
Where is here?
Here in California. We're incorporated in California, and
really?
We got the IRS status, the 501(c)(3).
Yep.
But then when since we are operating in Cambodia, we also applied for the NGO status from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Interiors. They're all in full support, actually.
Oh, very good.
The Ministry of Education gave me another gold medal when we finished the school. And then we had a representative of the government came and actually donated $1,000 to our school.
Jeez.
But before then, there was nobody to help the school because it was so far remote. And there was so much needs, even just around the big city alone. There's thousands and thousands of children who need help, so.
Have you thought about building another school there?
I'm hoping that
or just enlarging.
School, we are establishing program at the current school, but I wanted to replicate it. You start one school at a time, and then one village at a time.
There you go.
But I got very involved with this school because the children keep missing. They get pulled out of school, and then it's a very poor village.
Right.
So we broaden our scope of work to identify poor families. For example, there was a grandmother who has 6 grandchildren. Her husband just died. The parents of the children had to go to Thailand of another city, a city to find work. And there were 5 girls, and they were all students at my school.
Oh boy!
So we started a program of supplying microloans to help bring the parents to stay local to help support grandma. She's in her mid-60s in Cambodia. That's considered older. Because people, the life expectancy is much lower.
Sure.
There's no medical cares and anything like that. And some of the children in the school, I came up and started talking to them like they were a first grader, but they're actually 11 years old. And they look like they were 6 years old because of nutrition. And poor peasant class in Cambodia, what they had to eat was just a bowl of rice. If you're lucky, you have a bowl of rice and then little salty eggs, salty fish, and that's a meal. And they are vitamin deficient, and complain of headaches and stomach flus from unsafe food.
Water.
But since we started the school, the whole dynamic of the village started changing.
Amazing.
We have another foundation came and installed a water purifier system at our school now, and we had a friend of mine donated the restroom. The school has been around without the restroom for 300 kids and 10 teachers.
Oh my goodness.
So and then there was a Korean company start building a reservoir right through the village.
All this is from you.
I don't know if it's from me, but I think it's
starting,
just like it's good energy, positive energy.
Oh, I think so. Oh, I think so.
We didn't really advertise it other than trying to raise money to build the school, you know.
It's amazing.
So,
how do the students like it now that they have a school?
They love it. The first, I remember I went to visit it 3 times before I really secure the funding to rebuild the school.
Sure.
And after the school was built, we had a huge opening ceremony, you know, the inauguration. 600 people came, the villagers, their parents came, the children, and school, the town official governments and representatives came. And after this inauguration, at the inauguration, we were giving a little gift to the kids. They've never seen gifts in their lives, you know, like little book and pencils and whatnot. They were very shy, you know. They were like so grateful, very thank you, and put their hands together and bow. And then, since then, I went back again. After that, I went back just recently. I just came back in January. They saw me coming in and they go, Chenda, meaning older Auntie Chenda is here. And they came up and they warmed up and looked at my son and his girlfriend came with me. And but they look at my sons as a foreign being because he's half American, and but they identify with me as one of their own kind, you know. So it was really nice.
Well, you're from the village too.
Yeah,
you grew up, so you can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, they related to me now, so that's really, it makes it really hard to leave.
Well, so what is next that you want to do for the village besides building another school?
It's an ongoing thing. My teachers, we hired teachers, English teachers, computer teachers. We just installed 30 computers, low energy system, very low, and one part computer is called Raspberry Pi. It doesn't have any moving parts at all, so there's no maintenance. And we have file servers that we download contents of learning materials. So it's basically, it's called Internet in the Box. We didn't create that. We got help from a representative, an American technologist. He works for UNICEF and in other countries.
So whether it's solar battery or?
No, it's not. It's not. It's there's electricity at the school.
Electricity there.
Yeah. To install solar, it costs money. You know, it costs more. So we use, like my electric bill in the last 2 months is $45.
Oh, you can't beat that.
No,
I mean,
right? So
that's where I gotta get my electricity. You know.
So we built this school very connected. It's ready for the future. You know, it's like if no computers, there's just no learning nowadays. So. And no program at school, just a building. So I wanted to really grooming these 300 kids. So my plan was in 12 years from now, we would have 300 kids graduating every year.
Very good.
Fluent in English and computers, and would have been trained in all these other extracurricular stuff that we want to do.
Very good.
And just this week, there's a big movement of cleaning up trash in Cambodia, in other countries too, because there's a lot of publicity about cleaning plastics in the oceans. And
that's the danger.
And
that's
the
right.
next thing I know was, I've always told my staff, I said, you need to be self-starters. Don't wait for me to give instruction. I'm here fundraising, trying to promote awareness and whatnot. I have my job here.
Yes.
And you have your job there on site. And the next thing I know, they send me video of our kids. 200 of them went through the village and they collected trash.
Oh my goodness.
Bags of trash.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, they're touching all these trash. No, we got gloves and masks for them. And I saw the video, the masks were falling out. But they were so happy.
Oh, there you go.
And then my director, his name is Ming Di. He's been doing this for 25 years. He started out with the foundation with Bernie Krischer that I started. So he's been in this for 20 years. So we're very dedicated, have a very dedicated team. And he said,
go ahead.
Yeah, he said, it was a hot day. He called me sister. He said, Chenda, it was so hot, and but the kid was having so much fun.
Well, that's what's about the kids. So you get a lot of support from the parents or the elderly. How are the elderly of the village? Because those are sometimes they have their own views and stuck in stone and stuff like that.
They're very happy, very grateful. They actually cried when they saw the building.
No,
because they said, what is this beautiful building doing in our village? We typically see them in a city. They were actually very moved by it, because we built this building to make sure it isn't going to fall apart like the last building. You know. So what advice do you give someone who wants to go in your footsteps like that, to start
really starting from nothing. I mean, you had an idea. You know, I usually tell people to get off of their butt, you know, to get started. What advice do you give a
if
person?
someone wants to start a foundation kind of thing?
Because I mean, literally, you were like I'm doing now. I'm just sitting on my keister
I think
looking
the
for
first
money.
identified what exactly you want to do and put your heart and soul into it. You know, ever since I started it, I walk, talk, and sleep Coral Tree Foundation.
Right on.
Right. So it's not as simple as it might seem, and it's not, you know, it might look very glamorous. I'm here sitting talking to you, being interviewed.
Yeah, there you
but,
go. Yeah.
You know, behind the scene, it's a lot of work, and my phone would start showing up messages when I'm about to go to bed because we're operating in Cambodia, right?
Yeah,
at 3 o'clock they start waking up. You know, at 5 o'clock my dinner time is like in the middle of their morning.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
But the rewards, it's here. It's here. It's in the heart. And I used to be these kids. You know, when I was caught in the labor camp, you know, we were hungry, we were starving, and you know, and what got us there was all the bombings, right? The U.S. bombings. And then when after the bombing was gone, we were in the middle of this. So I used to remember my mother said, "Where are the bomb? We want something at least." Like even if it meant that somebody's coming and dropped the bombs on Pol Pot, it means that we are known to the world, right? We're not just left out there. So, and the feeling that these resilient, very capable children are not getting...
Those are the ones that are harmed.
Yeah, and they're so hardworking. I have students that this young girl, she's dark as coal, you know, she's probably as light as me normally, but she's out in the sun 1.5 hours each way, one direction to ride her bike to school. And then the school system there at 11, the children goes home, and then they eat lunch at home, and then the afternoon they help the parent. But since we've been there, we created an afternoon programs. So this girl goes home at 11, rode her bike back just so that she can learn English and computers and learn our program. And then go home again 4 times each day.
Oh my goodness.
And when I interview her, she got this smile, which just, she said, well, when I was younger, she's 7 now, when I was younger, I was able to stay with my aunt close to school, but now my mom wants me at the farm to be close to her. So since then we said, okay, let's go talk to mom and talk to auntie, see if we can make that change that. So.
Yeah, she was 7 years old, 4 times a day? I have enough time doing it 1 time a day. Morgan, how about you? Morgan says no. What about Megan?
I know, it's
that is amazing.
You know, unbelievable story.
The drive that the people...
and then she's just this happiest kid.
So where are you located here in California?
Well, I'm in Campbell. I'm in,
close, right across the
Campbell,
bay.
Yeah. We are registered with my board of director, the legal counsel. He registered our program, our organization with his address in in Aptos.
I know Aptos, sure.
Yeah. So then my board of directors, 1 is in Philadelphia and 3 here locally, and myself. And we have advisors who's very skilled in this kind of work. So we have a full support.
Did you ever think you would go this far? You know, when you first started, that here you're in Philadelphia, across the bay. I mean, you know, you're on TV.
Yeah. Well, the support is overwhelming, and
yeah, I bet.
I didn't know how far it would go. You know, it was just
like
I just wanted to rescue the school. And we also actually have a program that supports college women. We provide scholarship.
What's the name of the program?
It's the same. It's a college women scholarship program. It's part of my foundation.
Gee, man.
And that's not as much work. It's just a matter of money, finding the helper and interview the college women who are impoverished women.
Wow.
You know, like a couple of them, one just lost her mother, who was only 46. There's no medical care. And then one woman lives at a church. She cleans the church on the weekends, and then she teaches the children's preschool at the church during the day, and then she goes to school in the evening.
Wow.
And she just needs money to pay for college.
Wow.
So $600 a year.
Wow.
For 4 years, changed her life.
Man, I wish I was at that college.
The budget for my kids at the school is, if we get $200 a year per child, that means $2,400
Wow.
to change one child's life.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
No, I kind of spaced out for a moment thinking about the
I can
price.
get into a slew of thoughts.
Where did you go to school or college?
I went to, I came here to the U.S. I was 18. I started high school when I was 18, freshman in high school I was 18. Good thing I was small, you know.
Yeah.
So then I went to college that was in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot of snow.
A lot of snow, and I've never owned a pair of socks in my whole life before that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So my sister and I were walking to school, and my counselor said, Chenda and Channy, call your mother after school. I'm taking you shopping. And she took us to Montgomery Ward, got my first
Montgomery
coat.
Ward, yeah. Monkey Wards, we used to call it.
Yeah.
I remember Monkey Wards,
Monkey
yeah.
Ward, yeah.
At a
my
buddy
first
was
winter
about
coat.
Oh,
so
man.
I went to University of Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
And I got my computer science degree.
Oh, good for you.
In math. And went to work for Mr. Kiewit, Peter Kiewit Company. They are the company that built the tunnel between Half Moon Bay and Pacifica.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see the sign.
Yeah.
I'm like, I used to work for them.
Yeah, now the traffic goes better now.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
couple
lot better.
years, and then in Omaha.
My goodness.
Yeah, in Omaha, and then I got accepted for a position at Kaiser Electronics in San Jose as a software engineer.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's so funny when I showed up at this new job in California, my later-to-be husband, this man was working there. He said, well, you live in Omaha. Have you ever met Warren Buffett? And I said, how do you know him? Because I was actually pretty much fresh. You say fresh off the boat, but actually fresh out of the jungle, right?
We say greenhorn. Yeah, we say greenhorn.
We were the jungle people. Yeah, so to escape, we're like on barefoot over the jungle to Thailand, right? It was like, so everybody just call us the boat people.
I'm just amazed how, nothing. I mean, now what you have. I mean, really, just starting really basically nothing. And
you mean when I started?
That's me, a poor village.
Right. But you know what? It wasn't nothing because we had the support of the compassionate people.
There you go.
And that was part of why this is important to me.
Very good.
Right? Without it, I wouldn't be here. As soon as we set foot into Thailand, forget about the journey to get there. That's that's the whole...
That'll be on part two. That'll be on part two later.
So as soon as we get to Thailand, there's the American embassies, all these organizations from all UNICEF. I got my plane ticket paid by UNICEF to come from the refugee camp to Nebraska.
I used to perform for UNICEF, actually. I used to do shows for UNICEF at the San Francisco City Hall. Me and my buddy at San Francisco. That's another story, too. But you have a website people can reach if you want?
Yes, it's coraltreeeducation.org.
coraltreeeducation.org.
And then you'll see the story of why the name Coral Tree is on the website. About our name.
Well, it's amazing. Anybody can start a school from, I say it's from nothing, really, because you had an idea. And your idea came to life. And that's what it's about. And you're continually doing things for the school. Yeah. And the only thing I started was a fire. Yeah, that's basically. But before I go.
To me, this is a start too, right?
Well, there you go.
To people like me, I'm like nothing so big deal about.
When you were at Nebraska University, did you play football? What?
You know how I play football? I got the student ticket for $60, and I sold them for $300.
We had a business lady here. All right.
Because we are so poor.
I like that.
I never made it to the game.
I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah, and I was always working at this Chinese restaurant, and then when people lost the game to Oklahoma, I never got tipped. I get so angry.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Oklahoma and Nebraska are dead enemies. They have been enemies. That's a true story. That's a true.
I'm very proud to be from the Cornhusker.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I mean, your journey is amazing. I like stories like this, and you're doing something positive for the kids over there. And what is the city again over in Cambodia?
It's in Battambang. Would you say Battambang? People know where Battambang is.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, this is Benetti Hazzard. Say your name again because Chenda. Whether it's like cherry. So it's Benetti Hazzard once again, and a fantastic interview. The Coral Street Foundation.
Coral Tree.
Why did I say street? You don't
You're
know.
thinking of street children.
Oh, I guess you're reading my mind. I was the Incarcerated Foundation.
Well, we're helping the equivalent of street children
Yeah.
out there, right? They're practically homeless.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Well, I'm glad that it's going fine, and you've given the web address, and people will definitely
Yeah,
be contacting.
Thank you. This is a lot of
the
fun.
thing.
Thank you for talking to me.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing. I
Thank
mean, you know, and more people are coming to your organization. The vibes are cool. Don't stop what you're doing. And it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
So thank you
Eddie.
again. Oh, damn it. Oh, look at that. I can't even drive my car.
It's all that energy.
Oh,
from the
that's
kids
right,
I
I'm
got.
telling you. It's been a pleasure talking to you. This is Eddie Hazzard. I'll talk to you later. Take care.